right back into it. I don't want to talk to the clown. I would love to strike him from the record. 11:54 a.m. on December 29th, defendant lobby number 5. So, sweetie, you have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near the crime scene. So then where were you when the murder took place? In the crime scene. I was in the ringmaster's room, 13 feet away. We talked yesterday, remember? Or I guess the ringmaster's room is in the big top, not near the plaza. The murder was at the plaza. Remember? Here, I'll show you. I have the technology. Here. Bam. Ringmaster's room is right underneath my face. Right fucking right there. And he was killed over there next to Mo's room because Mo saw it. So I guess it is a significant distance. Yeah, so this is obvious. Look, the ringmaster's leaving here. He died in front of Mo's place. And the hat and cloak are right there. He probably asked to borrow them because it's cold outside. It was a fucking snowstorm. And he probably said, "Can I borrow your hat and cloak?" And Max was probably like, "Yeah, man, go for it." And then he's like, "I'm just going to go get my old pepper box that's made out of steel. It's a ceremonial pepper for the marriage." You know what I mean? That's probably just what happened. We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were in there, was the ringmaster the ringmaster was the one who left, right? Exacta. Sorry. That was Bleach. He told me to wait in the room because he'd be right back. Hey, did you lend him your hat and coat? Why would you... Phoenix, please ask that, because that's the only piece of evidence that is like a problem for us, is like, oh, your signature hat and coat. If I could do like, yeah, the witness lent it to the ringmaster, and the case is closed. That's when the ringmaster had the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Here we go. Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means? It means the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous. That's a fabulous possibility. How do you not know that fact? Well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? It's 'cause, if you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Wow, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up, a magician or president. You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. December 29th, 12:06 p.m. Clack. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is back in session. Now, Miss Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well, I will now call my next witness, a pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Mr. Lawrence he didn't see the entire thing. He heard a thud and then went and saw afterwards. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Why did she just call him a pitiful clown? Because he is a pitiful clown. Ugh. Oh, God. The witness will state his name and not you. It took me 50 minutes to get through the last testimony. I'm going to have to be this clown for a better part of an hour. Okay. The witness will state his name and occupation for the court. Boo. Boo. Ah! Oh, God. No, come on. I want to read that. He did Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, except it was clown. Go back and pause that. It was like in West Clowndelphia, born and raised. At least I think that's what it was. I had like a quarter second to read it. Name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why he's speaking autobiographical gibberish? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke was best suited for this occasion. What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not a comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name, because you're a fucking joke. Oh yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says shirts, no shoes, no shirts, no service. Okay, how about this? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? What was that one? Stop. But a couple of clowns were making... Yeah, it is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He's singing Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Your name. Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 the day of the murder, correct? Yes, it is. What? Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify? My brain. Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian. Without the humor, please. Okay. Oh, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. Yeah, thank Christ. God, I hope this testimony is fast. Don't make me do this. I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't even been able to make people laugh for 10 years. Wait, isn't this the last guy's voice? I guess he was like this, and this guy's like this. I guess it's different. No matter what I say, all I can get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Dude, he looks grizzled right now. It's like, you killed my wife. You think I'd give a shit about her? Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. His fucking face on his clown mask also emotes. I wonder if there's like eyes up there. I wonder if he can turn his head down and they'll be like his hair kind of works in both directions. Imagine my predicament, a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless, but I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Dude, I don't want your testimony and your fucking biography. I want to know about the murder. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? There was no testimony there. You didn't say anything. Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions? Witness? Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of the case. Really? You'll hear me out? Well, I'll make sure one of my staff will be a straight man later. Thank you. I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Now that that's out, can we begin the testimony, please? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. Kill me. So, no talk then. No talk. That's what I want. No talk. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. This is not the account that you gave me when I first talked to you. You said you were in bed and you heard a thud. You're a fucking liar, Mo. I kept watching them, and then all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. That was just a blatant falsehood, all of it. That's very interesting. If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment now. Of course you can. There's no way this account can be criticized. However, the witness is a bit of a, how do you say, off-kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please defend the cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you gotta find some contradictory in his testimony. I know that. Mr. Wright, Your Honor? I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you're not engaged in some sort of pointless saber rattling. I understand, Your Honor. If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I mean, most of that was bullshit, right? What do I have to prove that it was bullshit, though? Like, do I have anything here from Mo's testimony? I don't think I have anything from Mo. Like, in general. I just press on everything, I guess. You said the practice wrapped down around 10, right? See, that's the thing. Huh? How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now, 8 o'clock, that's something a clown can rip off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke. I don't know if I'm supposed to indulge him. I'll indulge him. You know you want to hear the joke. You know you want to hear the joke. A man goes to his doctor and the doctor asks, how is the... Oh. Witness, these are exactly the types of jokes you should say for the detective. Ow. You knew what would happen. Don't look at me like that. Mr. Wright, you'll hereby be penalized. I thought you said push him too far. You said if you push him too far, then I'll penalize you. So I thought I had to indulge him. I thought as long as, like, we can say it's 8, just tell me what the fuck you... Okay. I have no bars left. You said you were pooped that night. Yes, I was very, very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. What? The double cheese bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. What happened? What happens after that, they say happens. That one was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days. I better not get fucking scolded for that. Why? I lose. I just lost. So I can't press on certain things because I'll get penalized. I didn't even have an option. I guess I'll restart. It's fine. I wasn't that far in, but that's frustrating. Like, I just asked what the fuck you were doing. I didn't ask for a joke. I didn't allow a joke. I did nothing. He just fucked me. You could really just, in this court, you could really just get an uncooperative witness that'll ruin the court, and then we're just going to find him guilty and move on. You just have to bring a clown in as the witness, and you win the game in the lawyer world here. I'm going to skip through this. Boop, boop, ba-doo-doop. Blah, blah. Boop, ba-doop, boop. Blah, blah. Boop, boop, ba-doo-doop, ba-doo-boop, ba-doo-boop, ba-doo-boop. I have to build a shed later. Please. Please. Oh, here we go. Super speeding. Yeah. We're gonna go into the fucking your life story and shit. Come on. Okay. So ignoring that entire testimony was completely dog shit. Because the witness count that I got was the direct opposite of that. From him. Okay. So I have to be very careful with what I push on then. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep. Before I did, I glanced out the window. I saw two silhouettes. Two silhouettes doesn't work because the testimony only saw one person enter. Far away, you say. Exactly how far away were they? Let me think about that for a second. If my room was here, and they looked like they were about yay big, I'd say about 30 feet from the window. Just 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night and they cut down on visibility. I see. Please continue the testimony regarding the two shadows. It was not the ringmaster and Max. You say you clearly saw them even though you were by your own admission far away. That's right. I had been thinking about it over and over since that night, but things didn't really make sense until I spoke with Prosecutor Von Karma, who absolutely prepped me to lie. But now I'm 100% certain it was Max and the ringmaster. I just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols? Uppity symbols? Lawyers nowadays. Do you even have to go to school to be one? All right, everyone. Everyone knows what to do. Say it together now. See, that's what I mean. It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. Because it's saying like the hat, robe, and roses. I must be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Enough foolishness. Get back on track. I keep thinking I'm just doing the Ben Woodman joke. Boo boo. I guess this is different, then this is different. These are different voices, I guess. Whatever. You're the only one watching this. Why do I care? As long as you agree that they're different, I don't care. Oh, will the witness please testify to what he saw? Okay. You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head? Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. He really does enjoy the complete and random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the scene of the crime, right? That's not what I meant. You said you saw everything, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of the murder committed that night? I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner by asking him if what he's saying is true. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty. Oh, all of my bar She's threatening my whole bar. Oop. Isn't that a bit melodramatic? So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix, right? Yeah, of course. He didn't see any of this. He's lying on all of this. Of course I do. Then let's hear it. That's something I can't share with you at this time. What did you say, Mr. Wright? I know there's something wrong with this testimony, but I can't put into words why I feel this way.
Maybe we should get a bit more information. Once we find something solid, we can give it another shot.
Hey, I'm dead. I've been murdered again. Bro. So I didn't push on the right thing earlier, so I didn't have the thing to fuck him up. Oh my god. It fucking obliterated me. I had like half. Okay. One more time. Just pretend like this isn't happening. Oh, can I pause the recording? 1 second. Let me see if this works. Bam. Did that work? Edited. All right, we got strats. We're back. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. I was pooped. Okay, so this is the only one I didn't push on before. You just happened to glance out the window. You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls. Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? Yeah, so I have to keep pressing because this is the only place I didn't have information on. Exactly why did you look out of your window that night? Why? Why? Clouds don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? You do, bitch. That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday. Yeah, thank you, Phoenix. Once I had tucked myself into bed, I heard this loud noise. It was incredibly loud. That's the thing I said. This is why this game pisses me off. Pee me off. It sounded like a giant thump, not a clunk. It was a thump. Inconsistency, Mo. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window after hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out his window. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Owie ow. That's not just something you forget to mention. Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Okay. There. That thing I already knew and had already pointed out as an inconsistency. But I didn't do the right thing in the game, so I got punished. And by punished, I mean literally executed. Okay. Maybe I hope I didn't have to press those other two things, and now I technically don't have enough. Of course I do. I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you will be telling us that great reason? Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said he heard a sound like a thump of somebody getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated following under oath. Thank you. Somebody's perjuring themselves and we care. I kept watching them and then all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo's to be believed when he said he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there's no way he could have seen Max clonk anyone. In 1972... What? Was that the French principal again? Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car. Mr. Curls, you reciting the C team to anger this court? Like the A team? No. I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Why'd Maya look at me like that? That was a sick line. Well, you're back from your jog. Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much. When I looked out the window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Von Karma. Tampering with the witnesses again. So now you're saying you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Died. Fucking murdered. Mr. Curls, Your Honor. You did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well, then please testify to the silhouette you saw. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Thank you, Judge. Balling up finally. Got it. The silhouette. It was a bit far away. The shadow could have only belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, the black cloak, the white roses. Technically, we do not see white roses here. This is only 2 out of 3. They were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. Am I actually going to be able to pull a contradiction from that? It does seem if the defender was at the scene of the crime. It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever, this should finally be enough, yes? It's decisive testimony.
Was Max really at to see the crime that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that.
All right, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination. I wonder if I can... I'll push on the symbols. They were all there. That is not correct. You sure that's what you saw that night? Exactly what I saw is exactly what I saw. They got eyes like a hawk. I've got eyes like a hawk. Don't birds have terrible night vision? That's not all I saw. I want to present the poster, but I don't have the health. We're going to keep this in mind. Let me see them uppity symbols. Trillo said the same thing, but if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if somebody had just taken Max's symbols and worn them? I thought of that myself, but just looking at the shape of the face, I saw it must have been Max. He was back turned to you. You sure about that? Such a silly little boy threw his entire case headlong into the trap. You were able to see that kind of detail from your window? There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight should have been able to see that much. Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like? Oh no, it's gonna be like funny vision. Our record says eyesight is a perfect 20/20. That must mean he could have seen this scene clearly. The more we look into the matter, the more suspicious it becomes. Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was. Funny vision would have been great. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't see what he was carrying. So, you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding. That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard. Was it just the box falling? Too bad they hadn't found the murder weapon to know for sure. The murder weapon's the box, boys. Are we not clear on that? I think that nobody murdered him. I think he tripped or something in the box. I don't know. And like banged his head on the box because it was icy out. Like, that's my working theory, to be honest. Is that he had the cloak and hat on. He tripped on the cloak, and they like flew off of him. I don't know. But the cloak is gone.
They claim it was a blunt object, or at least the autopsy report says so.
With Trillo's testimony now, Mo, it really seems like Max is the killer.
Nick, you've got to find a contradiction in this.
That's not going to be enough. What? I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that will help. I've got to do it. I'm going to present the poster. This might hurt. It was right? You say you saw all of Max's uppity Hell yeah, that was right. I suppose so. The silk hat and cloak, right? Mo, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactia has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols?
Yeah, everyone together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses.
Who cares if he knew if he had 3 or not? He saw what he saw. He saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo? Do you like pie? I love pie. 3.145. Silence, fool. You're to respond with the whole truth, not fractions. This is a decimal. It's not a fraction. Order. Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw. The crime scene was dark. It was obviously too dark to see that kind of detail now that it's convenient to me. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. That's true. And to see his face, he would have had to turn towards you. We're objecting. Then the roses must have fallen off the defendant when he assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, you're really badass right now, to be honest. Are these white roses truly material to the fact of the case? Clearly not. He's just toying with the court. I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trillo's testimony? It was 17 minutes ago. There was no way oh yeah, Trillo did confirm that all 3 were on there. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How could you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup? Trillo saw them all. He saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there was no white roses on the person he saw. There's absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this... Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness stated without a doubt he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Execute him! Kill him now! Your Honor, it may be trivial, but this does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike Wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. I'm not mature? Fuck this cloud. I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable. Which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. What? If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling? What? Nothing happened. We don't even know the murder weapon. We know nothing.
Nick, this is your last chance.
Why am I doing that one?
This is your last chance.
There's no doubt in my mind there were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that, especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations for it. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. Damn, that was a short testimony to find holes in. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. Just one chance. I will not allow even the slightest hinting of badgering against this witness. If you're going to prove that to me there's a contradiction, you better have at least a shred of evidence to back it up. Okay. Is it that the silk hat was left at the scene? That's probably what it is. Okay, here we go. It's got to be this. Yeah, it's this. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind. Exactly how would one make a mistake a thing like that? I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. Ah, fuck! The crime scene! That means... The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated he was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. No! That's not true! Do we even have a typist? Order! Mr. Curls! Yes, Your Honor. What is the meaning of all of this? You're old enough to know better than how to behave like this in court. Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, you stupid fuck. I want to die. Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess, you just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just be... Oh, God. He's popping off. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Carls. Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Fuck that guy. Even if he didn't have the roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth. He turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? He left the scene wearing the dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene?
What's the matter, Nick?
There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo? What do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? There's no footprints, baby. He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene of the crime? You can't ask me that. Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor. This witness's testimony is full of holes, Miss Von Karma. Protest is useless. Grr, you've got a point. Let's see what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that all right with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a baby. And besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer is he turned around and walked away. That's what I'd expect you to say. You sure that's how it happened? See what? Huh? I'm not sure where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Back in my day, we just called someone a murderer and we were done with it. Tied bricks to his shoes, threw him in the river. All you guys with your evidence and your details. Is that the right crime scene? Is that my only crime scene photo? It is. Bah! Look at this picture. Look at this photograph. Every time it makes me laugh if my dad's dead. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints. In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminals' footprints? They aren't there. Ay, ay, ay. So, Mo, how exactly did the criminal escape the crime scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of his testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he rode in on. He like gets down and he's like, all right, right here, bam. Nice, very. Oh, where's my camera? Bam. High fives, Phoenix. Wait just a second. You guys can't just ignore everything I've said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. Ugh, that didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear.
I don't know why, but I feel like things are gonna get worse before they get better.
Mr. Lawrence Curls. Yes? I sentence you to death. The testimony you provided up until now has been false? It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just what? I was just a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene, especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Are you fucking kidding me, Mo? Order! I will have order! Franziska Von Karma, how could you? I'm just going to leave now, Your Honor. Goodbye. If you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have had the exact same opinion I have. What opinion is that? It's not funny. That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you saw, Mr. Curls. Huh, you're not going to believe this, but it's all I've told you is true. It's true, I tell you, I mean. Try not to waste your time with your idiotic drivel. Das vidanya. The truth. Here we go. Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything that I said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw he flew away. Oh, oh. That's the truth. Now get ready for it. He flew and he jumped and flew. He flew right off and disappeared into darkness. Was it a puppet? My only thing is it would be a puppet. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints, but there's no footprints of him approaching either. So it had to have been there was never someone walking. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? Well, that was, how do you put this into words? Maximilian von Galactica is a world-class magician, but to leave the crime scene by flying, there's no way that would actually happen. You're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. Why would you believe me, especially since it's the best part of the story? To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about his testimony, Mr. Wright? He's telling the truth. It was a puppet. Which means he's telling the truth? That's what I think.
Nick, wait. That means Max actually uses magic.
Yikes, you're right. Was that wrong? Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist. Was I supposed to say it was magic? I mean, a dream? I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd like to believe that, but I just can't wrap my head around how it actually happened. It's because he was on strings, baby. If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want to know the reason behind the mystery of mysteries. I believe that the court is adjourned for today. So it's got to be, if this is the linchpin of the case, then it's got to be Benjamin, because the reason it lifted off into the sky is because he had it on puppet strings. Maybe he like lured him over to a puddle and he tripped. Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on in there? That's what I want to know.
They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking you this, but you didn't fly that night, did you?
I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy.
but it looks so effortless when you're on stage.
It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and they have to hoist me through the air.
Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic. You're gonna get expelled from the Magician's Guild.
No, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule. I'm so sorry, Max. You have to hand in your badge and your gun. We made you break the Magician's Code.
Nick, what do we do now? The Court of Magicians is coming for us.
All we can do now is hope that the flying criminal is in court tomorrow.
Great idea. Let's do our best to catch that sucker.
To be continued. Okay, good. This was a shorter one. I'm glad the clown investigation was not long because I hate that guy.
Ooh.
Save my progress. Bam, 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 bam. All right. Well, I learned I can cut. We learned a lot this session. Okay, love you. Bye. Good luck and bullies.